Welcome to Gail Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University for Game 3 of the 6A Softball State Championship Series. Winner take all here on KSLSports.com. We've got the Bingham Miners as the designated road team and the designated home team, Riverton Silverwolves, with Bingham winning last night 3-1, and then Riverton picking up a 5-3 win in Game 2 this morning to force a Game 3. We'll get into the lineups and batting orders and everything as we go along here. Pitching for the Silverwolves is Kaylin Flynn. And she throws a strike one to start things off. And that one is fouled off. It'll be 0-2 to Brenna Cowley, the shortstop, and then Brooklyn Fogg playing center field will bat second. Batting third is Cheyenne Banaski, and she will play third base, the designated player. Brecca Larson, she will bat fourth. As that one is into center field for out number one. Great play made there by Cameron O'Farrell. And one out there. And then batting fifth and behind the dish is Ryan Howland. Batting sixth and playing left field is Graceland Lemke. Batting seventh, playing second base is Kava Hiola. Batting eighth and playing first base is Jenna Thomas. Batting ninth is Zelia Carrillo, and she is playing in right field. Kendra Hinsey will be pitching, as there is an out on a great catch there at third base by Bailey Martinez for out number two. And then for the field players, we'll start with pitcher, obviously Flynn. And then Brooke Tackey is the catcher. Over to first base is Maggie Hamblin. Second base is Grace Leary. Third base, Bailey Martinez, as we have a 1-0 count. Shortstop is Jaden Bushman. In left field is Taylor Jones, as that pitch is fouled off. And then in center field is Cameron O'Farrell. And in right field is Aspen Roberts. And Peyton Sanchez is the designated player. That one's down the middle for strike two. Here for Fogg. For Banaski. And strike three, and that'll retire the side. Strikeout number one for Flynn. We'll be back after this.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Gail Miller Field. We're in the bottom of the first inning, as the Riverton Silverwolves will now come to the plate. We'll go through their batting order. And the field players for the Bingham Miners. Batting first is Peyton Sanchez. She's the designated player. Batting second and playing center field is Cameron O'Farrell. Batting third, playing left field is Taylor Jones. Batting fourth is Maggie Hamblin. She's playing first base. Batting fifth and playing second base is Grace Leary. Batting sixth and playing third base is Bailey Martinez. Batting seventh and in right field is Aspen Roberts. Batting fourth and is playing shortstop, that's Jaden Bushman. And batting ninth, and it's the catcher, that is Brooke Tackey. And then Flynn is the pitcher, but she is not in the batting order. So Peyton Sanchez leading off here in the inning, and she'll get a base hit in right field. So a leadoff single for Peyton Sanchez and the Riverton Silverwolves. Now at the plate, Cameron O'Farrell. Now just to see of what's at stake here, Bingham is going for their 10th state title on a bunt here, on a bunt attempt here for O'Farrell. That's an out, but that will advance Sanchez to second base. So 1 out. So Bingham trying to get their 10th softball state title in school history, all under Mickey Jackson. Meanwhile, Riverton trying to repeat as state champions. And these two teams squared off last year in the state championship series, with Bingham winning the first game and Riverton winning the next two. And that's exactly what's happened to this point. It's the same as last year. Now, can Bingham change that and win game 3? That's what we'll find out here today. Hensey with the pitch. And strike 1. London Rentmeister is into bat. And 1-1. So looks like a pinch hitter. In for Taylor Jones, and then Maggie Hamblin is on deck. And play over to short, over to first for out number 2, and Sanchez is at third base. Here's the pitch. Strike 1. That one's outside for ball 1. Hamblin hit a 3-run home run in game 2 earlier today. One, two, the count. With 2 outs, 1 on. Fouled off, bounces off the net. Still 1-2. Here's the pitch from Hensey. Into the dirt. Ball 2. Here's the pitch. That one is smacked into right field and is gone. Home run. A 2-run shot. And Hamblin has done it again. Hit a 3-run homer in game 2 and a 2-run shot here in game 3. And now it's 2-0 Riverton. So a 2-out homer here to start game 3. Ball 1 on that first pitch. Here for Grace Leary. Now one is hit to shortstop, thrown over to first, and she's safe. So a runner on first with 2 outs. Now coming to the plate is Bailey Martinez. Now one right down the middle for strike 1. And hits the bat as she was doing a check swing. Still a strike. And that one looks like it was inside for ball 1. So 2 outs. Grace Leary on first. Now over to shortstop. And for out number 3. But not without putting up 2 runs on 3 hits. Riverton has a 2-0 lead heading into the top of the second. We'll be back after this here on KSLSports.com.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Leading off for Bingham will be the designated player, Becca Larson, batting in the 4-hole. And then Ryan Howland and Graceland Lemke will follow after that. As it was 3 up, 3 down. Or excuse me, just 3 up for this inning. Brecca Larson. She's not pitching in this one yet. But a pair of freshmen starting in the circle today for this one. Here's the pitch. And that one is hit into left field, and it drops for a base hit. And Larson will have a leadoff double to start the top of the second. So Ryan Howland will come to the plate now. Here's the pitch. Fouled off. And it looks like Riverton's head coach, Wu Hyman, is talking to the home plate umpire. And just swapping field players. So that'll put Rentmeister in right field. And I believe Jones in left field. Or Roberts. Can't see the number. Count is 0-2. Now 1-2. Here's the pitch. Now one is high, rise ball. Ball 2. So the left fielder is number 11 for Riverton, and that's Roberts. That one is hit into right field, and the catch is made by Rentmeister for out number 1. But Brecka Larson will go to third. Graceland Lemke will come to the plate. With one out, runner at third. Here's the pitch. And that one, ball 1. Foul that one. Brings the count to 1-1. In the on-deck circle is Kava Hailoa. That one is over to the shortstop. Catch is made by Bushman for out number 2. That one, ball 1. And the pitch, called strike. So 1-1 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 2. As Mickey Jackson coaching up Hailoa. Hyola. And strike three, and that'll retire the side. So no runs, one hit, and no errors, and one left on base. We head to the bottom of the second after this here on KSLSports.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Batting seventh in the lineup and leading off here in the bottom half of the second inning is number 11, Aspen Roberts. She plays in right field. Or actually, yeah, she moved to left field, actually. Here's Hinsey with the pitch. Fouled off. That one is low in the dirt for ball one. Decent crowd here after a little bit of a layoff from game 2 to game 3 due to the 5A championship. That's ball 2. Brings Hinsey to a 2-1 count. If you missed it, West Jordan took down Salem Hills 6-5 in game 2 and won their first ever state softball championship. Now a 3-1 count for Hinsey. Banaski, the third baseman, talking to her. You're all right. Just picking her up a little bit, the freshman. In a big stage here. A lot of pressure with it being a winner-take-all game. And here's the pitch. And that one's high, ball 4. So a 5-pitch walk. Jaden Bushman will now come to the plate. And the pitch. It's looking for a bunt. Didn't get it. But it is 1-0. Another bunt attempt. But it'll be ball 2. Trying to advance the runner. And the bunt goes to first and can't make the catch. So that'll put Bushman over to second. And Roberts over to third. So an E1, or no, score that E3. Brooke Tackey will come to the plate with 2 runners in scoring position. And Riverton with a 2-0 lead. Bingham with a meeting in the circle. And the home plate umpires breaking it up. Looks like some issues with the catcher's glove. On ball 1. That one's over the fence. Almost hit a camera. Would have been bad. Those things are expensive. Here's the pitch. That one's hit into center field, and the catch is made. But the runner from third will get home. So now it's 3-0 Riverton. Peyton Sanchez will now come to the plate. She had a single in her last plate appearance. And it looks like we're going to have a pitching change. It'll be Brecca Larson, but we'll let her warm up and come back right after this here on KSLSports.com.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there, they're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
So Brecca Larson will come on to pitch. She was the designated player, and now she moves to pitcher for Bingham. So Peyton Sanchez back to the plate, 1-0 count. And a runner at second. That one is high, foul ball. And here's the pitch. Into the ground, ball 2. Here's the 2-1 from Larson. Swing and a miss, strike two. And now the 2-2 for Larson to Sanchez. And that one is hit deep in the right center, and that goes to the wall, and that's going to score a run. And so that's an RBI double for Peyton Sanchez. And it's 4-0 Riverton. They've had 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings. Now Cameron O'Farrell will come in. She's 0 for 1 so far. We're already at the top of the order here in the bottom of the second inning. Now one is hit to left field for the out, and Sanchez will stay at first, but now tried to go. Now Sanchez is on the run, as they were trying to throw to second, didn't make the catch, and it went clear to the wall. So Sanchez moves to third. There is 2 outs, though. So London Rentmeister will now be in this spot. She's playing in right field. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike one. That one called strike two. So pitcher's count here for Brecca Larson. She's pitched most of this series. That one is hit to second, and play is made, and that'll end the inning. So 2 runs on 2 hits, and a runner left on base. Riverton with a 4-0 lead heading to the top of the third here on KSLSports.com.
As a local credit union dedicated to people over profits, UCCU has been helping people improve their financial lives for almost 70 years.
And we want you to know that no matter what financial challenges you're facing, you can always count on UCCU to help you thrive in any economic climate.
Simply put, UCCU isn't just a financial institution, we're a team.
And we'll help you get a touchdown every time.
Really?
Sorry, I meant a home run.
Ouch.
Which one are you?
Leading off for the Bingham Miners is number 3, Jenna Thomas. She's playing first base. She's batting 8th in the lineup, and then we'll see Zelia Carrillo And then the top of the order with Brenna Cowley. Here in the top of the third. 1 hit and 2 errors for Bingham. And 4 runs and 4 hits. And no errors for Riverton. There's a lot of history between these two teams. Obviously, region opponents. Riverton beat Bingham both times in the regular season to claim the Region 2 title and obviously the #1 seed in the tournament. But Bingham's been playing their best softball at the right time. Had a slow start to the year, went out of state, played a few out-of-state teams in Vegas, and then came home, had a couple of losses that they felt like shouldn't have happened, and then played their best softball when it mattered most, and now they're in the state championship as a 7 seed. Riverton has been great all season. Strike 1. So Taylor Jones will re-enter. Here for Riverton. Now one's a ball 1. Now for Riverton on the season, 28-4 overall, 8-2 in region play. And Wu Hyman, in her second season, only has 10 losses and 56 wins. And swing, strike 2. 1-2 the count. Here in the top of the third inning. And the pitch. And that's a ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. For Thomas. That one is in the dirt and outside for ball 3. The count goes full. Up next is Celia Carrillo. The bottom of the order, and then we'll go over to the top. And that one's hit right at the pitcher, and it'll be a base hit for Jenna Thomas. So a leadoff single here for the Miners with no outs. And Carrillo steps up to the plate. Flynn with the pitch. Now one is hit into shallow right field. And it is hauled in by Jones for out number 1. Excuse me, that isn't Jones. That's Aspen Roberts. Apologies there. That one is hit at the pitcher. Flynn trying to go, but that'll get Cowley on board. And a runner on second as well. Brooklyn Fogg. Now come up to the plate. Oh, that's a nice little hat for the catcher. I don't know if any of you saw that there for Brooke Tackey. She's got a University of Utah hat on. Oh boy. Fogg, the bunt attempt, but goes foul. That one is hit. It'll be a base hit. We'll see if they send the runner to home, and they will not. So Thomas will stay, and the bases are now loaded for the Miners with one out. Cheyenne Banaski will step up to the plate after this meeting in the circle for the Silverwolves. And then Brecca Larson will bat after her if there's not a double play. Looks like we have a speed-up runner. Number 4, Mackenzie Turner. So she will be a speed-up runner at second. So bases loaded, one out. Here's Flynn with the pitch. Fouled off, strike one. Here's the 0-1. Strike two. Pitcher's count here for Kaylin Flynn. Freshman, she's pitched most of this series. That one is hit into left field, and the catch is made for out number 2, and that will send Jenna Thomas home from third. And now the Miners are on the board. Here's Brecca Larson. Strike one. So Mackenzie Turner as the speed-up runner. And Fogg are at the plate, or are on base. Second and first, respectively. And Larson facing 0-2. That one's high towards the second baseman. She's calling everyone off, and there it makes the catch for out number 3, and that will retire the side. Bingham able to put a run up on the board. They trail by 3 heading into the bottom of the third inning. We'll be back after this here on KSLSports.com.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Brenna Cowley will go back to shortstop for Bingham. And Maggie Hamblin will come in. She hit a 2-run homer. And in the 2 games today, Hamblin has brought in 5 runs on 2 home runs. Now here's the pitch for Larson. Now for Hamblin, she now has 17 home runs on the year. Which I believe she took the lead on the team because she was behind. But hits that one into right center. And she'll get a double. So a leadoff double here for the Silverwolves. Now she's going to give her equipment to her coach. And now Grace Leary will come to the plate. She singled in her last plate appearance. Called strike 1. Hamblin does not lead the team in home runs. She's still 1 behind Peyton Sanchez. Would have been tied if Sanchez didn't homer. Has a bunt attempt here for Leary, and she's aboard, putting runners at the corners with no outs. Now Bailey Martinez will come to the plate. She's 0 for 1. Here's Brecca Larson. Looks like a bunt attempt. She pulls back, but strike 1. In the pitch, rise ball for ball 1. Larson with the pitch. That one called strike 2. She's ahead in the count, 1-2. That one is outside, and we'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. In the pitch. And called strike 3 for out number 1. And that's Larson's first strikeout since taking over as pitcher. And strike 1 right there for Larson. starting to get into a rhythm a little bit as Aspen Roberts is at the plate. She walked in her last plate appearance. And the pitch. One's in the outside corner. Ball one. As the catcher comes out to meet with Larson. And that's Ryan Howland. Step back into the box with a 1-1 count. Is Aspen Roberts. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch. That one is high and playable. And the play is made at third by Banaski for out number 2. Jaden Bushman will come to the plate next. And then if we get to that point, Brooke Tacky to round out the order. Bushman reached base on an error. That's a ball one. Here's the pitch. That one is upstairs for ball 2. So 2-0 the count to start. Here for Larson. Against Bushman. Here's the pitch. That one goes inside for strike 1. Here's the 2-1. That'll even the count. Strike 2. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Larson. And called strike 3. And that'll retire the side with her second strikeout. It remains 4-1 heading to the top of the 4th. We'll be back here. You're watching the 6A Softball Championship Series on KSLSports.com.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Ryan Howland will lead off the top of the 4th inning here for the Bingham Miners. batting in the 5th spot in the order. We'll go 5, 6, 7 here to start. As Bingham looking to get back into this thing, trailing 3 runs here in the winner-take-all Game 3 of the 6A Softball Championship Series. What's on the line here? Well, Riverton's trying to go back-to-back, and Bingham's trying to get their 10th state championship in softball, and their first since 2023. And these two teams met last year in the series, and so far it's played out the way that it was last year, as there's a called ball as we update things here on the scoreboard. Last year, winning game 1 was Bingham, as there's ball 2 from Flynn. And then Riverton won the next 2 to win the state championship. And Bingham won last night, and Riverton picked up the win in game 2 this morning. And that one is fouled off. As Ryan Howland, she's 0 for 1. Here's the 2-1 from Flynn. That one's fouled over the net and into the outside of the ballpark. That'll even things up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Now one is high and tight for ball 3. Count goes full. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled off as well, so staying alive here. As both Leary and Hamblin come and chat with Flynn. She faces a full count. Here's the payoff. And that one is smacked into right field. It's playable, and it's caught for the out. Out number 1. That was hit well by Howland, but not quite enough to get over the fence. Now Graceland Lemke will come to the plate. She is 0 for 1. That one is in for a base hit as it rolls to right field. Lemke with her first hit of the ball game. Kava Hiola is next. She struck out in her previous at-bat. And that one is ball 1. As Flynn gets ready for the 1-0 pitch. And here's the pitch. That one is sky high into the stands. Where did that hit someone? Oh, hit an umbrella. Well, good thing you had the umbrella. Umbrella is meant for more than just protecting yourself from the rain, from foul balls at softball games. Looks like everyone's okay, just scared, probably scared them a little bit. I know it'd scare me. But you don't get to keep the ball either, you have to give it back. Now here's the 1-1 with one out, one on here for the Miners. Top of the fourth inning. Here's the pitch. That one goes high as well. And out of play once again. And that guy could have caught it and he didn't. Guy sitting in the third row had a chance to catch it and he didn't. He wouldn't have been able to keep the ball if he would have caught it. Got to give it back. Our producer, Jordan, did not hear the announcement as that rolls to second base and was trying to throw to first, but she hit the runner. So what's happening here? That was odd. You see right there the conference with the first base umpire, or excuse me, third base. So there's another out, that's for sure. Now it's just a matter of what happens because hit the runner that was already out. Might need to get our rules expert over here as well to explain this. So they say the runner is out. We're going to keep it right here because I'm going to get our rules expert over here to explain that call. So we're going to bring in, so we're not going to take a break. Rather, we're going to go to our rules expert here, Russ. He's going to explain what happened there. So she ends up hitting the runner who was already out. So what happens from that point?
So the umpires got together, and I'm assuming because they called an out, that because the runner was called out going into second base, on the transfer and throw, the fielder hit the runner with the ball. And where they could potentially have had a double play, the umpires thought that it was runner interference that hindered them from completing a double play.
Perfect. Thank you, Russ. And yeah, so there you go. It's cool to have a rules expert, by the way. But that will end the inning. And just like that, so it would have been a double play, but instead, runner interference gives them 2 outs. So now coming to the plate for Riverton, believe, is Brooke Tackey, the catcher. She had a sacrifice fly in her last plate appearance. That one goes way high over everybody at the plate. Here's the pitch. That one's high once again for ball three, excuse me. Three-one the count. Now I've got a dead fly right here in front of me. There, now the count goes full. 3-2. Here for Larson. No outs, no one on. No one's fouled off once again as we are in the first at-bat of the inning. Here in bottom of the fourth inning. In game three, the decisive game three, winner take all of the 6A Softball Championship Series. Our coverage presented by UCCU, Love Where You Bank, as Larson delivers the payoff pitch. And we'll walk. Now we go back to the top of the order with Peyton Sanchez. She has a single and an RBI double to her name. As we get a speed-up runner as well. That'll be number 3, Allie Bolden. So Sanchez against Larson. Here's the pitch. That'll be high, ball one. A bunt attempt, now stolen base attempt, and tags her out. And Bolden throwing her arms down in disappointment, but that's out number 1. Great play from Howland to Hyola. And the pitch, strike one. So 2-1 the count. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. Riverton with a 4-1 lead. With 3.5 innings to go. Well, a little less than that now. Here's the 3-1 pitch from Larson. That one is fouled high, and that's going to go into the stands behind home plate. No one got hurt. I'm happy to report that. Everyone was aware that it was coming to them. And now the count goes full. Here's the pitch. That one is hit into left field, and that'll be a base hit. And it'll be a double for Peyton Sanchez. Her second back-to-back doubles for her. And it looks like we'll have a speed-up runner. And that will be the case. That's Macy Madsen, the senior. She has scored 15 runs this season. Now Cameron O'Farrell is at the plate and gets a ball one. Here's the pitch. And that one's high, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes. And here's the 2-0. That one is a ball 3. Potential opportunity here for O'Farrell to be a little more aggressive. That one is strike 1. Now one is hit to short, over to first for out number 2, but Sanchez still makes it to third base. And I think I just saw a girl pop out of the dugout for Riverton with a chicken mask. She took it off though. Softball this is a fun sport. Yeah, she's got it back on. If we can get our camera over there.
Try and get the chicken head when we get a chance. We'll keep an eye on it.
It's right there in the entrance of the dugout.
Switching back to camera 2. Clear. We haven't moved.
All these props that they bring is just hilarious. Yeah, there was a squid hat, I think, one year. That one's hit, and a run will score. As Macy Madsen, the speed-up runner, will score, and it's an RBI single. For Rentmeister. And there's the chicken head. There you go. Just awesome. See, you got to have fun with it with sports. Just got to have fun. I just did not expect seeing that when I was looking down at the Riverton dugout. change the score here as Riverton now has a 5-1 lead. It looks like Hamblin will walk. I think she was hit by a pitch. Here, we'll fix the scoreboard here. So she was hit by a pitch. Sorry, I was looking at the scoreboard. And Leary hits that one just above the pitcher's circle, and there is out number 3. A 1-run score for the Silverwolves. We now go to the top of the 5th after this here on KSLSports.com.
From commercial to recreational truck accessories, Mountain Land Truck Outfitters has got what you need. Flatbeds, spray and bed liners, lifts and leveling kits, wheels and tires. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters proudly uses a brand you know and trust. And with our experienced, knowledgeable, and friendly staff, your visit here will be informative and enjoyable. Stop into our convenient location in Provo at 265 South 100 West or call 801-225-4637 to get a quote for your fleet or individual truck. Mountain Land Truck Outfitters.
Jenna Thomas will lead off the top of the 5th for the Bingham Miners. She has a single and scored a run on that at-bat. Thomas, ball 1 on that first pitch. That one, ball 2. So 2-0 the count for Flynn against Thomas. Now 3-0. Thomas looking to be a little aggressive here. As Bingham their chances are running slimmer and slimmer to go by here. Down 4 runs with 3 innings to go. And that one is hit for a base hit into center field, and Thomas is aboard with a leadoff single. Zelia Carrillo come to the plate next. She's 0 for 1. And foul ball there. And goes up above the head for a ball, and that'll advance Jenna Thomas. She's now on second base. No outs and a 1-1 count. Here in the top half of the 5th inning. Ball 2. Just to reset things, 1 run on 5 hits, 2 errors for Bingham. Riverton with 5 runs on 8 hits and 1 error. 2-1 the pitch. Now 3-1. And a meeting in the circle. Meanwhile, Korea will meet with her head coach, Mickey Jackson, who's in her 29th season as head coach of Bingham softball. 510 wins and just 158 losses. That is incredible. But she, and as crazy as that sounds, she is not the all-time leader in softball history or in wins for the state of Utah. But she's close. That one goes into the dirt for ball 4. And Carrillo is on board. Brenna Cowley will come to the plate. But yeah, Coach Jackson is behind Bear Rivers, longtime head coach who just retired last season. So now Mickey can catch up to him, and it sounds like she's not far off. I don't know exactly how far off, though. And first pitch of this at-bat is fouled off. Meanwhile, Wu Heyman is just getting going with her tenure at Riverton in her 2nd season, trying to win her 2nd softball title. Here's the pitch. You can tell looking at the crowd that they're coming from Utah or Salt Lake County, because there's a University of Utah umbrella right there. So they're making sure that they show out, as that is a base hit for Cowley, and that will send a runner home. It'll actually send 2 home, so that's a 2 RBI double for Brenna Cowley. And that cuts the lead to 2, excuse me. Now Brooklyn Fogg will come to the plate. And it looks like we've got a timeout here. Oh, we have a pitching change. We'll let you know who it is when we get back here on KSLSports.com.
Your car carries you and those you love through the days and years. It deserves the best care you can give it. At Burt Brothers, we can help with that. We've been doing it better than anyone else since 1991, and we'll keep doing it to get you through all the important moments on life's roads. Because cars are more than how we get from here to there. They're how we get from there to here. Find your nearest store and discover special offers at burtbrothers.com.
Lexi Huntley will come on to pitch for the Silverwolves. She's also a freshman. We'll look at her stats here in just a second as the Bingham dugout getting everyone fired up. We'll let that cheer go in for just a second. And we'll tell you about Lexi Huntley as she's warming up. So the numbers for Huntley: a 3-1 record in 9 appearances. She has 2 saves, a 3.23 ERA, 30 and 1/3 inning pitched, has allowed 25 hits on 15 runs. 14 of those were earned, and 18 walks and 30 strikeouts. It's a very young pitching staff for Riverton. 2 freshmen, a sophomore, a junior, and a senior. So we'll see what Huntley does in her first, with her first batter. As Fogg comes in with a bunt attempt, and that one goes outside for ball 1. So no outs, a runner at second. And that one is called strike. Here's the pitch, that's outside, and that'll move the runner to third. So Cowley is on third. She brought in 2 runners. Now 2-1 the count here for, or 3-1 the count here for Huntley. That one is deep into the dirt, and that will score the run. So a walk, and also brings in a run. And just like that, Bingham trails by 1 run as Cheyenne Benaski will come in, struck out and had a sacrifice fly in her last 2 plate appearances. Here's the pitch. Check swing, but still in the zone. Goes for a strike 1. So 3 runs scored in this inning so far for the Miners. That one is hit to third, couldn't haul it in, and that'll move the runner to second. And that's a single for Benaski. And Bailey Martinez for Riverton saying that that's my bad. Greco Arson, the pitcher, will come on to bat with Ryan Howland in the on-deck circle with 2 on, no outs. 1 runner in scoring position. Greco has a double. She's 1 for 2 today. Larson. First pitch is a ball. This region rivalry running deep. That one is shallow left field. Couldn't haul it in is Martinez, and that'll send a runner to third, almost to home. But now that loads up the bases with no outs here in the top of the fifth. Ryan Howland comes to the plate now. She is 0 for 2. Howland with 3 home runs, 32 RBI, 33 hits entering this series. And it looks like we have a speed-up runner. And that'll be Emery Sellers, number 00. That one is low for ball 1. Huntley facing bases loaded, no outs. That one's outside for ball 2. Freshman under a lot of pressure. A big inning here for the Miners. And that one is that pitch is a ball 3. So 3-0 the count, no outs, bases loaded. Ryan Howland at the plate here in the top of the 5th. And that's a walk, and that'll bring a runner home. We are tied at 5 here in Game 3 of the 6A Softball Championship Series. Look at that fan, he is excited. Maybe he's a parent, I'm guessing, probably. Waving that Bingham flag proud with a tie ball game. Both teams with 8 hits, 5 runs. And Bingham just has 1 more error. Paisley Llewellyn will come on as a speed-up runner at first base. That one is hit deep center and called off, but that'll send a runner home, and Bingham has the lead. Benaski will score. So Lemke with the sacrifice fly. With 1 out. And that's ball 1. There's strike 1. 1-1 the count. With 1 out, bases loaded. 5 runs scored here in the inning for Bingham. Here's the pitch. That one's low in the dirt, but scooped up by the catcher for ball 2. And that one is hit for a base hit in center field. And they do tag the runner though for the out. As Emery Sellers is out, but that's a single. For Cava Hiola. So 2 outs. Jenna Thomas will come to the plate. And that one, ball 1. So runners at first and second, 2 outs. And Bingham with a 6-5 lead. Now count goes 1-1. Here for Thomas. And that ball goes into center field for out number 3, and that'll end the inning. But Bingham doing a lot of damage there, taking the lead with 5 runs. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning to see how Riverton responds here on KSLSports.com.
As a local credit union dedicated to people over profits, UCCU has been helping people improve their financial lives for almost 70 years.
And we want you to know that no matter what financial challenges you're facing, you can always count on UCCU to help you thrive in any economic climate.
Simply put, UCCU isn't just a financial institution, we're a team.
And we'll help you get a touchdown every time.
Really?
Sorry, I meant a home run.
Ouch.
Which one are you?
Here we go with the bottom of the 5th inning.
So on the UHSAA's
Bailey Martinez is at the plate. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Here's the 0-2 pitch from Larson. That one's high for ball 1. So 1-2 the count here for Larson against Martinez. She's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And that evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
This is the one that it was on.
And that pitch fouled off. A lot of scoring here. Riverton started out with 4 runs, 2 in the first and 2 in the second inning. And then Bingham responded with 1 run in the third. And then Riverton added on a 5th run in the bottom of the 4th. And then 5 runs in the top of the 5th, as that one is grounded to third for out number 1. And that puts us where we are right now. Aspen Roberts is up next. A fly out and a walk. Here's the pitch. That brings up ball 1. Now one hit into left field. For a base hit, it'll drop down. Is Roberts. So a single, a 1-out single here for the Silverwolves.
Back on camera 2, you're clear. They have 2 flags. There's 2 flags.
Now Jaden Bushman is up next. She reached base on an E3 and struck out in her last 2 plate appearances. She bunts, and not being able to collect the bunt is Brecca Larson, and that'll be a single for Bushman. So 2 on with 1 out.
Back on camera 2, you're clear. Back to the meeting.
As the Let's Go Riverton chants come out from the Silverwolf faithful. Must be like a flag factory over in the Bingham side. There's 3 flags over on that side. But seeing the chants there. So the left side is obviously the Riverton side. That's where their dugout is.
Back on camera 2.
So Brooke Tacky calls time to reset. Here's the pitch. That one's outside. Ball 1. Here's the 1-0 from Larson. That one's fouled high into, that'll be out of play. Goes just behind the dugout. So that'll even the count up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Now 1 ball 2. That one is into center field, and the catch is made for out number 2. Peyton Sanchez is due up next.
You're clear.
And she has 2 doubles, a single, and an RBI. And swing, strike 1. That one's hit deep into left field. And that one is gone, a home run! A 3-run shot here in the bottom of the 5th. Excuse me, a 2-run shot for Peyton Sanchez. And that gives Riverton the lead. Oh, it was a 3-run shot. I was right. Peyton Sanchez, home run number 19 on the season. And 2 in this championship series. Got a conference here. Go ahead and fix the scoreboard there for you. Looks like we're getting coaches together. Now hang on a minute. Trying to figure out what's going on here. We'll try and get a explanation here on what happened. Trying to figure out here what's going on.
We don't know. We have no idea.
We're figuring out right now. We'll try and get our rules expert over here as well.
She had a pinch runner in the 4th inning, and because she's not the pitcher or catcher, she doesn't get a speed up run. So she re-entered immediately.
All right, we're going to get our rules expert here. Rather than just setting it up, what's going on, Russ? Just tell the audience what happened.
Okay, so what we had happen was the batter that hit the home run was an illegal substitution. She didn't get re-entered into the game, and so when she hit the home run, they appealed, and she is out for batting and not being re-entered into the game, so none of those runs score because it's the third out.
Okay. That's a big, big play there. So no home run. We'll take that off the board. And that changed things. So it's still 6-5 now.
But she re-entered the game and hit it. So none of those count.
So we're in the top of the sixth now. We didn't take a break, obviously. We're trying to figure out what was going on. That was a wild sequence. And again, thank you to our rules expert, Russ, for coming on and explaining that. That's a big-time play. So she just did not re-enter the lineup when she became a pinch hitter. That is a big momentum swing, and the fact that it was appealed by a 29-year head coach is insane, to say the least. We'll see if that comes back to haunt Riverton. This is now strike one. Because honestly, if Mickey Jackson did not appeal that call, that home run would have stood. Wow. And that one is hit into left center field by Carrillo. So Brandon Cowley will come on. And there's out number one for Cowley, but that will advance the runner. Apologies for that. I know it's not great broadcasting, but trying to figure out what happened there. I mean, this is a big game. So just to reset, that 3-run home run does not count for Riverton. And a heads-up play there by Mickey Jackson. I mean, being a 29-year veteran as a head coach, you learn some things. And not only that, that was 2 outs, which ended the inning. As Fogg, that one goes into the dirt for ball 2. A runner at second, 1 out. Excuse me, 3-0 the count. Here for Huntley. That one's fouled off. Count now goes full after that foul ball. So Carrillo is at second. Fogg will hit that. Shortstop will get it, but it's a base hit. As you can see, Fogg has got wheels. She had an inside the park home run last night in game 1. And just a simple pickup by the shortstop over to first base, and she still makes it. I wonder if she runs track as well. And that'll also advance the runner at second. Carrillo over to third. So runners at the corners, 1 out here in the top of the 6th. And now Banaski. Cheyenne Banaski will come aboard. And called strike. That one's fouled off. 0-2 the count now to Banaski. That one's fouled off once again. And that one is hit into left field and hauled in for the out, but Carrillo will still get home on a sacrifice fly. So that will extend Bingham's lead to 7-5. Now 2 outs. Huntley against Brecco Larson now. The pitch. That one is deep. It actually fell down a little bit. It looked like it was going deeper, but hauled in either way, and that will retire the side. So 1 run scored here for the Miners. They have a 7-5 lead heading to the bottom of the 6th here on KSLSports.com.
Salt Lake Running Company is inspiring our community to move with purpose, embrace adventure, and consciously connect to their bodies. Exercise is essential now more than ever. Take control of the chaos and make time for you. From the gym to the trail, SLRC can help you find the focus to define your finish line. Visit any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
Welcome back to Gail Miller Field on the campus of Brigham Young University. Game 3 of the 6A Softball State Championship Series. Here on KSLSports.com, our coverage presented by UCCU, Love Where You Bank. Cameron O'Farrell will come to the plate here in the bottom of the 6th inning, here in this winner-take-all state championship game.
Radio people are just. Oh crap! Camera 3 just dropped. GoPro just went down. You all figured out. Is it hot? It's all. It's just.
That one is hit. So that's a base hit for O'Farrell. London Rentmeister will come to the plate. She had an RBI single her last plate appearance. Here's the pitch. That one hit by pitch. She'll go to first base.
GoPro's way too hot.
Now go to Maggie Hamblin. So 2 on, no outs for Riverton here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They're down to their final 6 outs to try and take the lead here. And do we have a pitching change? Coach Jackson is not taking the ball away from Larson yet. I'm guessing we will not have a pitching change, just a meeting, so we'll keep it here. O'Farrell and Rentmeister are the runners at second and first. And now they move Hamblin to first base. So they will intentionally walk Hamblin to load up the bases. And that brings up Grace Leary. She has a bunt single and another single. 0-1 pitch. Leary sends it for a base hit, and that'll send in 2 runners, potentially 3. And that'll be a 3 RBI triple. What is this game? This game, I tell you what. A 3 RBI triple for Grace Leary after they intentionally walked Maggie Hamblin. And now Riverton has an 8-7 lead. With no outs and a runner on third. You can just tell this is for a state championship on the line. That one's fouled off as Bailey Martinez comes to the plate. You can't make this stuff up, folks. As there's an 0-2 count here for Larson against Martinez. With Grace Leary on third. Here's the pitch. And that one, strike 3. And that's out number 1. Aspen Roberts is up next. And then Jaden Bushman as we hit the 7 and 8 hitters in the lineup. Roberts has a single and a walk. That one's low and away, ball 1. And that one is hit into left field in play. And that was a casual throw from the left fielder. I think she realized that maybe they were out of the inning, but the runner gets home anyway on a sacrifice fly. There from Roberts. So now that extends the lead to 9-7 here for the Silverwolves. Bushman reached base on an error, struck out, and actually on an error twice, and then struck out in her other at-bat. That one's high, ball 1. Well, seeing that Riverton was able to respond to that call of Peyton Sanchez, not eligible or a illegal substitution. She didn't re-enter into the game. They were able to make up those runs anyway. So 2-0 the count. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Outside, ball 3. So 3-1 the count with 2 outs. Here's Larson. Fouled off. Makes the count full. Got to say, for a deciding Game 3, this has been a very entertaining softball game. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. Now the payoff pitch. Here from Larson. And that one was hit. Barely, and so fouled off. Full count. Here's the pitch. Fouled off again. This is a true duel between a pitcher and a batter. Again, full count. Here's the pitch. And that's a walk. So a runner on first base with 2 outs. So Brooke Tacky will now come to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 1 for Tacky. Here's the pitch. Down Broadway, strike 1. Or excuse me, strike 2. Again, 2 outs, 1 on here in the bottom of the 6th. Riverton's already put in 4 runs here in the inning. And the pitch. That one's upstairs. Ball 1. Here's the 1-2 from Larson. That one's grounded to short. Tried to go over to second, but she's safe. So a runner at first and second now with 2 outs. So if you look at it, the rivalry between these two teams, since 2021, the state softball title has been in the hands of either of these two teams. His 2021 and 2022 was Riverton. And then in 2023 was the Miners. And then last season was Riverton. And then whoever wins this game, it'll be in their hands again. That's a true softball rivalry. And they're in the same region. So Peyton Sanchez will now enter the lineup. And they did actually re-enter her in. So she's now able to, if she ends up hitting a home run, this one will count. And called strike one. That one's high for a ball. I thought that first pitch was a strike.
It was. It should be 1-1. Signal 1-1.
All right, I have it 1-1 right now. See what the umpire holds up. That one's outside for ball. Yep. 2-1. And that one, strike two. So 2-2 count with 2 outs. With runners on first and second here for Riverton. The pitch. That one is hit past the second baseman, and that'll bring in one. That'll bring in 1 run. So it's an RBI single here for Peyton Sanchez. And now it's 10-7 Riverton. So runners at the corners, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. That one is hit into center field and caught for the out, and that'll end the inning. 5 runs scored for Riverton, and they have a 10-7 lead. We're down to the final 3 outs for the Bingham Miners. We'll find out what happens next here on KSLSports.com.
Riverton Chevy is more than just a dealership. For over 103 years, our family has proudly served this community because Utah is our home. Through our Everyday Champions program, we celebrate those who make our community stronger. Military, teachers, and first responders, our local champions never pay for oil changes with the purchase of a new vehicle. Thank you for making Riverton Chevy your dealership for over a century. Visit us today in South Jordan or online at rivertonchevy.com. Still the Chevyweight champion.
Three outs left, potentially here in the softball season. Ryan Howland will lead off the top of the 7th here for the Bingham Miners. Riverton is 3 outs away from repeating as state champions. Pressure moments, but one that you live for as an athlete. A chance to win a state championship. Not one. High, ball 1. And that one is popped up into foul territory and out of play. One the count. And that one's right down Broadway, strike 2. And that one's a little high. Ball 2. So 2-2 the count now. Here's the pitch, fouled off. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. As Flynn is back in the game to pitch. Graceland Lemke now. Down to 2 outs. That one's outside, ball 1.
Oh, no, you can just say good job, Maddie.
Now 2-0. It's the count. 2 Lemke. And that one is hit above the second baseman. That'll be a base hit for Lemke. Kava Hiola. She singled in her last plate appearance. That one is hit to the shortstop. And double play, and that's it! Back-to-back state championships for the Riverton Silverwolves. And 4 of their last 5 seasons, the Silverwolves are queens of 6A softball. Tell you what, though, what a game. If you're just joining us, let's walk you through it before the trophy presentation. Riverton started out with 2 runs in the first and in the second inning to go up 4-0. Then Bingham scored a run in the third inning to make it 4-1. Then Riverton added a run in the bottom of the fourth to make it 5-1. Then Bingham put up 5 runs in the top of the fifth to make it 6-5. Then in the bottom of the sixth inning, Riverton had 5 runs. Oh, excuse me. Bingham had another run in the top of the sixth to go up 7-5. And then 5 runs in the bottom of the sixth inning gives Riverton their 4th state championship in the last 5 years. And back-to-back. What an incredible game. What a great series. Lived up to the hype again, just like last year. Tough heartbreak, though, for the Bingham Miners. Able to make it to the state championship despite a 7 seed in the playoffs. Was able to defy all the odds and play their best softball to get to this series. But you better believe that Mickey Jackson, coming back in her 30th season, will make them compete again. We'll turn our attention to the public address announcer, Jeff Reeves, for the trophy presentation.
To the state champions, the Riverton Silverwolves.
And there it is, your 6A softball state champions back-to-back and 4 of the last 5 seasons. That'll do it for our coverage of softball this season. Thank you for joining us. My name is Trevor Allen, along with Nate Dowdle on camera. Jordan Dowdle produced it. We'll see you next time, and thanks for watching the Softball Championship Series here on your home for streaming high school sports championships in Utah, KSLSports.com.